Hi, welcome back to Platt Woods Church. We are excited. This is week 3 of our Take Care Grow Group series. This week I am joined by Janessa.
Hello.
Director of Student Ministries here at Platt Woods. We are excited because today we are diving into taking care of creation and our natural resources. So I want to open here with a question that I think Janessa will have a great answer for. Is there any specific place or space in nature that you enjoy the most and why?
It's real tricky because I do love a lot of places in nature because my life goal is to go to all the national parks in the US. So I've been to a lot of them. I think I've been to over 20 already. So there's a lot of cool places to see. But my absolute favorite is Grand Teton National Park in Wyoming. It is just right underneath Yellowstone. So most people I want to go to Yellowstone. I want to go see all the the things up there. And they never drive the 30 minutes south to see the Tetons. And they're my favorite because it's just this huge valley and then out of nowhere these 15,000 feet mountains. It's just amazing. It's my first tattoo was the Tetons. This is the sign that is outside of the park and everything. So it's the place that I fell in love with the national parks and made me want to go to all of the national parks. And that's why it's my favorite.
Awesome. So our passage of scripture this week is from Genesis, chapter 1, verses 20 through 31. But a specific selection that we want to share with you today is this. Genesis chapter 1, verses 27 through 29. God created human beings. God created them God-like, reflecting God's nature. God created them male and female, and God blessed them. Prosper, reproduce, fill earth, take charge. So in keeping that in mind and just how we exist in the world and in nature, Scripture says that God made humanity God-like. What does this mean to you?
So if you back it up even further, I don't remember exactly what verse it is, but God says, let us make mankind in our image, which is plural.
Yes.
And so I think that we are made in the image of community.
Yeah.
And so when I hear I am made God-like, I'm oh, I have been created to exist in a community, whether that be grow groups, whether it be a church, or just the community of just being a person. On earth. So, yeah.
There's something really beautiful about the fact that in our Christian faith, we actually worship a God who is 3 in 1, right? So it's creator, redeemer, sustainer, Father, Son, Spirit. Our God is community.
Yes, exactly. So I am made in that image. Yeah. So I am made to be a part of community.
Yeah. So a quick follow-up is if God is creator, then is all of humanity also creative?
I mean, if we are made in the image of God, then yes. Because if God is creating, and I still think God creates stuff still to this day. It wasn't just creation, done. I'm not creating anymore. I don't think if you have that kind of level of creativity, you're just going to stop one day. But yeah, I think humans are really creative. Sometimes we make really great things and sometimes we make very bad choices. But I do think humans are still creative. And it's just think about when you go to museums and seeing all of the art, that level of creativity I can't do, but I'm creative in doing all my student ministry things and stuff. So yeah.
There's got me thinking humans are great at creating things like TV shows and movies, and then we have movie makers who make a movie about a guy Oppenheimer who also his creation was not good, right? So it's
Yeah, we can create, but we have to ask ourselves, is this a good creation? Is this an ethical creation? Yeah. So, yeah.
So in Genesis 1:28, God tells humanity to prosper, reproduce, fill earth, take charge. What does this mean to you?
As soon as I hear this, the very first thing I think of is live long and prosper. That's it. Like, like that sounds like, oh, so that's obviously the only answer to this question. But yeah, I think like we have been charged with taking care of all of creation by making it better, because like we're still creative. So if God is still like telling us to be creative and taking care, it's like, how can we creatively care for his creation and, you know, live gently among his creation as well. So another thing that I think of when we talk about like filling the earth is, unfortunately, I think of landfill. When I'm talking about creation, like I get kind of negative because I've seen the like just results of what humanity has done to creation because we've not cared for it well. So yeah, when I hear fill the earth, I'm like, landfill. So, I mean, and that's like not what I want to think of, but that is one of the first places my mind goes.
Yeah.
Is trash.
Yeah. It's for us to hold that intention to realize that God says fill the earth, and there's probably a positive somewhere in there that God's intending that we are called towards.
Right.
And instead, we are actually like literally filling the earth with trash.
Filling it the wrong way.
Filling it the wrong way. So, final question for today is, taking care of creation means that we take care of not only each other, but also the natural resources of our world. So what's one way that you already do this, or you could help make a difference right here in your own community?
So I have been on a sustainability journey for like a while. So it's hard to just pick one thing. The thing that's like fresh on my mind, because I just did this recently, was I go to a refill store. So that's where I get a lot of my like cleaning, my shampoo, my laundry detergent. A lot of the stuff around my house, you you bring back a plastic bottle you've already like used, and then you go and you fill it based on weight. So most of the cleaning stuff in my house is from a refill store, and that's to help keep plastic out of the landfills and to make sure it's not just like a single-use plastic. Like I can use that until it's worn out. So that's one way I already do that. But there's so many different ways you can do this. Like you can start small by just bringing your own silverware from your house when you go out to eat somewhere instead of using plastic silverware. You can pick aluminum over plastic because aluminum's infinitely recyclable. But yeah, there's small things that add up in our daily lives that I think can help us take care of creation.
Perfect example. And so many ways that we can make a difference. When I was a kid, they used to say like, think globally, but act locally, right?
Yes.
And it's true. We can actually do that. So a takeaway for this week is that when we love and respect the creation, we actually show love and respect for the Creator, and that includes God and the creation in which we live, of which we are a part. And when we fail to do this, when we don't actually take care of creation, or when we don't stand up when we see creation being abused or misused, we're actually failing the expectations that God has placed on us. And so we must continue to consider what it means for us to be a part of creation care, to be good stewards of the world in which we live and God's creation. Very special thank you to Janessa for being here today. Appreciate your time.
I love hanging out with the Grow groups, so anytime.
Awesome. Thank you very much, and we'll see you next week for our last Grow group for Take Care Week 4. We'll be exploring ourselves and the future. See you next time.